Hello everyone. In this session we look into how we generate a report in PDF format using PHP. For simplicity, what I have done, I have taken a few records of mobile and created a table. So this is what the table is of mobile, consisting of fields such as brand, model, internal storage, RAM, processor and battery. So initially what we will do, we will create one page consisting of only two components. The first, the drop down list, and second, the command button or just a button. So what we will do, from drop down list we will select a particular mobile. It may be anything from the brand, and the moment we click on that button, a report will be generated, and that will be purely in PDF format. Alright, so let's start with it. So the editor which I am using is Atom Editor. You can use of your choice, and my root folder or my parent folder of this project is PHP Tute. It's just a coincidence that name of this parent folder and name of the database over here is same. Okay, coming back. So first what we'll do, we'll create the HTML page, and to that we'll add the components, the drop down list, and second one, the button. So let's start with it. So HTML, definitely we require form, and from here I remove the action. Okay, and let's add the select component, that is the drop down list, and button will be of type submit. And let's consider, we write over here generate report, so this will be visible on your button. So first let us save this, and let's cross check whether your local server is working. I'm using the Apache server. Yes, it's working. And let's go to the page. My parent folder is PHP Tute, and current page is mobile report.php. Yes, it's visible. Nothing is getting over here in drop down list because we haven't added anything. So right now it's okay. Now continuing with the code, we need to fill that drop down list. So what we need to fetch this record of what we need to fetch this brand. All right, so we add some PHP code in this. So before that, before we fetch, we need to make a connection. We require then SQL string, and then we'll fetch by using MySQL query. So let's go like this. So first create the connection, con equal to MySQL connect. It will take 4 fields or 4 parameters are required. First, the name of your server, so this is localhost. Then username, by default it is root, and the password. For this dummy application, this is my password, and finally it's PHP Tute. That's the name of my database. Then I need to create the SQL query. SQL query is select brand from table is mobile. All right, then let's fetch the record. Let us fetch, and let's consider I'm saving it in result. For fetching, we use MySQL underscore query. To this we'll pass 2 parameters, first the connection, and second the SQL query. That's the statement. Okay, and what we will do, we will populate this cell drop down list by embedding the code over there. So let's consider like this: PHP, we need to fetch the record in terms of array. So whatever the record is, we will consider in the form of an array, and then we'll go record by record. So something like this: rows equal to MySQL fetch array, and to this we'll pass our result set. Okay, now echo, that's the option to which we require the value, and the value is nothing but the field brand. Just you need to take care while using this, because it's not difficult, but it's little bit tricky, you can say. A little mistake in using double quotes and small quotes over there, it may jumble up, because this is the HTML part. All right, and if you are writing the HTML part, let me consider like writing, if I'm writing like this, it goes, the tag goes option, then value, it should be double quotes, whatever the value. All right, so for that purpose, while writing echo, I used small case. Okay, let's continue. Then we are done with this tag. Then something should get displayed, so that's something in nothing but again this brand, and then we will close this option. Okay, I hope it's proper. So let's save it and refresh the page. Something is missing out over here. Wait. Oh, a little bit error. So let's refresh. Yes. So we are getting everything. Oh, now what's happening over here? These are getting repeated. So what we'll do, we'll make a little bit change in the SQL query, and instead of saying select the brand, we'll say select distinct brand. So only one will be fetched, and at the same time we'll say order by brand. So whatever the brands are there, it will be displayed in ascending order. So refresh it. Yes, here we go. Now it's just repeating only once, ASUS once, Johnny once, and so on. Now the concept over here, the moment we select Giovanni, let's consider this is what we have selected, and if we click on generate report, we should be redirected to other page, and that page will be in the form of PDF, and in that PDF we will display these contents, whatever that model may be, or whatever that mobile may be, will display model, internal storage, RAM, processor, and battery. So what we'll do, we'll first add one page. Let's consider name of that page is PDF report. I'm saving it, PDF report. Again, I need to make sure that I'm saving that in the same folder. Okay, so PDF report.php. The very first thing what we need to do after this, you need to make the change in action. In action, you'll pass PDF report.php. So our page will get redirected. So if we click over here, yes, we are redirected to this page. But again, what's happening over here? It's getting opened in the same tab. What should happen? It should open in other tab. So we will again modify this form, and we write over here target as blank. So with this parameter, your tab will be opened, other page will be opened, but it will be opened in new tab. So let's consider, I refreshed it. Now let's consider, I'm just clicking over here. Yes, it's moving. Now when you are creating a PDF page, okay, so when you are creating some PDF file, it's better if before that you go through one fpdf.org. So here you will get lot of links. So let's consider, I use some initial setting over here. So let me copy this straight away and I paste over here. Nothing, it will display only hello world, but it will create a PDF file. So coming back over here, let me refresh. I click on generate report. Yes, now this is what's happening. Okay, now related to this fpdf, you can just go through my previous video. Okay, I'll provide the link of that video in the description. Now coming back, now this hello world, it's getting displayed because of this statement. Now let us consider, instead of a hello world, what should happen? If we select ASUS and I click on generate report, here it should come ASUS. That means we are passing whatever we are selecting from this. If I select Giovanni and I click on generate, Giovanni should get displayed. So for that purpose, what we'll do, we'll replace this part by, look, the method used over here is post. Okay, so we write $_ post, and then it became double underscore. Okay, and then name of the component. What's the name of the component? Component name is mobile. Oh, we have to write the name. So let's write the name of this drop down list as mobile. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this and I pass, paste it over here. So let's save all and let's go and cross check. So I select Giovanni and I press generate report. It should come Giovanni. Yes, it is. So instead of selecting Giovanni, let's say if I go for Samsung, yeah, Samsung, same thing will happen with anything I go. Yeah, it worked. But now what we want, we don't want the name of these mobiles to get displayed over here. Instead of mobiles, what we want, if I select Samsung, okay, so let's consider, if I select Samsung, I don't want Samsung to be displayed over here. Instead of Samsung, what I want, from this SQL table, or from this table, I want model, internal storage, RAM, processor, battery. These fields should be displayed. So that is what we are interested in. So for that purpose, again we are going to fetch the record. So if we are going to fetch the record, we require the connection string, we require the SQL query, and then we will use MySQL query to fetch the record. So I just copy this thing. So writing it again and again, I just let me copy and let me paste over here. Okay, so connection string gone as it is, my connect SQLi my connect MySQL connect. First parameter localhost, second the username, third the password, and fourth is nothing but your name of database. We need to change this query over here. Instead of being select distinct brand, we'll say select star from mobile, and instead of order by, we'll say where brand equal to the string. And what is that string? It is this string. Whatever we are selecting in the select box. Now while putting that, you need to make sure, if you are using double quotes for writing this statement, let's consider, then we will write in single quotes, in braces, then you will write on this. Okay, and then you will fetch the record. Now let us consider, we use again or we will fetch the records by using MySQL fetch array, and to that we will pass this result set. Let us first check whether it is displaying at least one. So let's copy this and let us print. So instead of mobile, now let me say I am selecting model, MODL. Is it proper spelling? MODL, yes. Now let's check whether it's working. Save all. So what should happen? Right now selected is Samsung. So if I click on generate report, all models of Samsung should be displayed. Oh no, it's not displaying, some error. It's not post. It's from this record set. Okay. Yes, it does. So we are having Galaxy F41, F12, F62. These are the models that are available with Samsung. Yeah, here we go. Let us instead of displaying only models, so let us now display internal storage, RAM, processor and battery. So correspondingly, let me copy this and let me paste it. So model, then internal storage, I think the next one is RAM, processor, these are the fields, and one more I think was there, it's battery. Okay, so let me just paste battery. Let us save all, and if there is no mistake while writing these field names, then it should display properly. Now it's getting overridden. We need to make the alignment. Now when we use the cell function, we need to pass first the width, what will the width of that field, what will the height of that field, then the connection string. Okay, now after this, three more parameters. First parameter, whether you want border, so I don't want any border right now. Then secondly, the next field will be either 1 or 0. 1 means you will write that and you are coming to the next line, so we do not want to come on the next line. And the last bit is related to the position where you want, left, right, so we don't want anything like that. So let's copy and paste this. But after battery, we want our next record to be on next line, so we'll write 1. Now model 40, internal storage, okay, RAM, all right, processor, let me say it is 60. That's a little bit bigger name, so let's check it out. I think instead of using cell, it would be better if we use multi-cell. So let's first work with this. Just click on generate report. Here you go. So all equally spaced. Here we are having 40, Galaxy 41, then 128, 6 and like this. Okay, so what we'll do here, we'll use multi-cell so that the width is arranged properly. So RAM, let me consider it's 30. I reduce the space. Okay, let this be as far as processor is concerned. Okay, let me go with multi-cell, and here last parameter will be L. Now before this, let me get the value of Y, that means current Y location. So we use Y equal to $PDF get Y method. Okay, and after this we'll use, when definitely it's coming on the next line, so we'll get the value of that position, so get Y. Now let us reset that to this location. So $PDF set Y to location $Y. Okay, and then we'll leave some space, so 80 10, 80 plus 30 110. So we'll say $PDF Y cell total distance how much, 80 10 60 170. Okay, 170. Then we'll keep the same height, we won't write anything, and let's continue. Save all and let refresh. No, some mistake. Where is there? Okay, I think size will be the bigger one. let's calculate that part once again. It's just a second. Let's get the value of y. Okay, that is proper. Then okay, here is the mistake. It's a bit difficult to trace the error. Okay, we got it. Now the width is the problem. Let's rearrange this. So let's consider, instead of going for these bigs, let me say internal storage I go for 20, RAM also let me go for 20, this 60 will do. So if I add it, 80 plus 60, 140. So I'll keep 140, and for last the battery 10, I think that's sufficient. So the more you practice, you'll get to use. Okay, good. But now it's getting overridden. Accepted, not an issue. What's happening over here? We need to set the value. After this, before you while you're coming on the next line, you need to set the value of y, because while using multi-cell you are coming to the next line where that what we have taken y1. So let's add this, and if you require we will add some more space. So let's save it and refresh. Still we require some additional space. So you took y, then you okay, height is also the matter. So what we'll do, we'll set the height as let's replace height by some variable h. So let's consider h equal to 5, and I replace this by simply h. The only problem while dealing with PDFs or creating PDFs is this: alignment is the issue. Okay, it's coming, but what's happening, it's coming on the next line, and I think the font size is also quite big. So the font size should be reduced. Yeah, it's 16, let it be 10. Yes, it is coming. And if you want to have some space between these, so what you do, while you are coming to the next line, you are using this variable. Alright, so you can increase the size over here. Let's consider +5. If you find it out, you will find that oh, it didn't. It looks almost the same. Just a second. Not get y, it should be set y. We are not fetching the value, we are putting the value there. So it should be set and not get. Look, so it worked. Pretty cool. Now in this case, even if you want to have if it happens that you are creating a report of some a big record, let's consider it may be related to some application, something like that, then in that case what you require headers. Even if you consider like this, what's that Galaxy F41 or 128.6, then Exynos 9611 processor, 600 watts, that we do not know. Okay, for a layman person may not know, but if you look at the database, then we can know. So in that case, what should happen? We should have some header part. Okay, so for header part, what you can do, a little bit modification is required. That modification goes like this: you create another file. Let's consider we create a file called PDF, and that file is extending fpdf. Okay, within this we will add a function called header. All right, and in header we cannot use PDF, $PDF. Here we will use $this. So let's consider I use the same size 40, height let it be 10, and here let me write model. Okay, everything will remain same. Then let's copy this. Model, internal processor. Now there will be a problem with this because spelling is quite big. Internal storage, so it requires a bigger space. 40 won't be sufficient. Okay, then next, after that, what we are having, RAM. Okay, RAM, and then processor, and finally what we have, battery. Let me paste it. And after battery, you should be on the next line, so the last parameter should be 1. Now one more thing over here, this, and then we'll use cell. I didn't write cell. While copying, I didn't copy that part completely. Cell. This is part of the header. All right. Now after this, when you are going to create a PDF, you don't create as new fpdf. You create as just simply PDF, because you are already creating a PDF file which extends fpdf. Okay, so your PDF is child class of fpdf. Then again, if you say fpdf equal to new this PDF as this new instance of fpdf, then there won't be any relation between these two. So what you do, you just make one change and you write down this. And now one more thing, this model, these are not the regular words, so it should be in double quotes. Either you can use double quotes or single quotes because it's a string. We need to realign this. Okay, alignment iska barabar nahi hoga. So we'll look at the output and then we'll realign. So that's how basically reports are created. So hope so everything goes good. I click on generate report and it's not displaying anything. Why it's not displaying anything? Because we haven't set the font. Even the header requires to set the font. So instead of PDF, we'll say this. I'm not making any change. I have just added one statement. I have set the font. Okay, I go back here and again click on generate report. Yeah, it's come. Pretty good, isn't it? Now thing happening what your internal storage, RAM, it's going here and there. So there are two options. What we will do, internal storage, what we have kept the size 40. We'll keep the same 40 over here. Either you can keep 40 or else you can change it. So let's consider I keep 40, but if I keep 40, then this will increase. So let's cross check. Yeah, now it's proper. Now again, if you want to have some lines and other things, you can use it. And one more parameter which I was talking over here is where you want, where they want left align or right align, something like that. So let's consider I want this at center. See, internal storage again center. So let me just copy paste so that we can have with lines. look at the position where it is coming up. Okay, so then for the lines we can go like this. If we are gonna to have a line, then you can use the line function directly. I think this should work. Let's consider $this. It's a line from, let's consider we are starting with 10 going down till 199, 10, that is x1 y1 x2 y2. I'm not sure how it will work. Let's see. Definitely it will be the top line. Yes. Okay, then let's consider the second line. We are going for the complete page, let us assume, and the size which we are going to have, let's consider we are going like this, $this, maximum length x will remain same, y will remain same, x2 will again let it be same, and total height of the page might be around some 200. Let's take it this way. And similarly, no, this is my left line, left margin line. Let's consider it. So I'm going for left, and here I'm going for right. So if I'm going for right, what should happen? My x1 should be 199, x2 should be also 199, and then the bottom. Okay, bottom line, let me copy this first instead of typing. Bottom line, it's starting left is 10, right is 199, but y value will be 200. So let me check. I think there should proper box is this. It must be. Yes, pretty cool, huh? Okay, we have some space, so you can increase. So while you do, you can just look into it. Okay, secondly, we want one line after this. Okay, so what we'll do, we do not know what's the y value. So the way we have used in the previous, same thing we'll use over here. Let's consider $y equal to $this and get the value of y. Okay, and then you have a line from let's consider line, you will have it from $this line, let it x, definitely left point is 10 only, but y will be nothing but will give this value of y, and towards right is 199 and $y. So if we look into this, we will get proper line for the header. Yes, it is. Now after this, if you want to have lines after every record, then that you need to put it in the while loop. Okay, so what you can do over here, you can set now the difference between this first record and second record is of 5. So you can have a line starting at 3, something like this. Instead of using this, let me copy it. Instead of copying, what I will do, okay, wait, it's a mistake I did over here. There was a call. Okay, so here we'll say $pdf line will go from left margin is 10, right margin is 199, but as far as the y is concerned, we'll say y1 plus 2. Yeah, so let me save all, let me refresh. Yes, looking proper. And now again, if you want to have some look here, you need to look into how you are gonna to what width you are gonna to provide that way. For example, model, let it be 40 only. For internal storage, it's up to you. Similarly, you can have some vertical lines. If you require vertical lines, it will be preferable if you put directly in the header section. Okay, so those lines, it can go like this. I will just draw one line and then I will stop over here. So let's consider the first width is of 40 for model. So I will go like this, $this. I'm going for first vertical line. All right, line left is 10 plus 40, so it should be 50. Okay, going from 10 and bottom is 200. Okay, it's a vertical line, so x coordinate will remain same. So let me save this and refresh the page. Look, similarly for internal storage as well. Okay, so what you can do, okay, let me finish this. Internal storage, what length was specified? 40. Okay, now add this 40 to your left margin. Left margin is 50. So now your next line will go from 90. Let's save it. Okay, now observe something is missing over here. This do not look good. 128, 64, 120. So what we can do, we can align them at center. So that parameter we can provide over here, center. Okay, so let's check. Yeah, similarly for RAM. Okay, for RAM you can do one thing. There are only 3 words, so and it's going to be single digit only. So instead of providing size as 40, we can reduce it to 10 or 20 will do. So let me say 10. So I will make here also, oh, here 20 already given, so that would have created problems. So let's consider 20. Okay, and then 90 plus 20. 90 plus 20 will be 110. So we'll have the line at 110. And let me finish. After that, what we are having, processor. Here we have given 60 at the table, so we'll change over here. We'll make it 60. Okay, so 110 plus 60, it will come as 170. So let us add it. Okay, and last, battery of what we have written at base, we have written 10. Okay, so here we'll make it 40 at base. No, 40 won't do. We'll make it 10 at top, because it will move out of the page. We'll see if required. And then next line is that okay, 199 is the width that is accepted, no? So let's consider, I don't think there should there is any need for this, because already we are having one line towards the right. Let's cross check. Yes, again the battery need to be repositioned, and this. So for that, what we will do, we'll simply say battery is at center. Okay, let's increase the width. Let's consider 20. Yes, it does. RAM again, you can take it center, and internal storage, basically this comes in GBs, and battery in milliamperes. If you want, you can modify the same part. So let's consider I'm going for internal storage, where it is over here. I'll append this string by saying GB. Similarly, I will append RAM as GB. Processor I won't append, but I will append battery as milliamperes mAh, and I want anything at center. Let's check over there. No, not required. Let 6000 remain there only. You can take this 20 if required. Okay, so let I take it 20. Again, it's gonna be 4 digit only, so let me go at center. Okay, now this is the final. Yes, looking pretty cool. Let me remove previous all tabs. Let it get closed. So this was related to Samsung. So if you want to have Google, so this one. If you want something to write on top, or something should be written over there, then you can say, you can go like this as details of this, so that you can add it in your header section. Okay, one more last. Let me see if I go for Redmi. Okay, so we are having Redmi Note 9, Note 10 Pro, Note 10. So that's it. I hope this session have benefited you. So kindly like and share it. Thank you.